Welcome to the Chauncey Report. I'm your host, Caleb Cioffi. For everyone wondering what the show's title means, it's named after Champlain College's mascot, Chauncey the Beaver. On today's episode, we have Champlain student Alayna Masker here to talk about Champlain's new space, the Women's and Gender Center. Thanks for being here, Alayna. Would you mind sharing how you are involved with the Women's and Gender Center?
Sure. So I'm the Empowerment and Leadership Event Coordinator, which means I run all events that pertain to that topic, and I also run all social media for the center.
Wow. What made you become involved with the center?
It's a really great way to get to know students. A lot of students will come in and hang out, and it's really cool just getting to talk to them and kind of play a role in their life.
Wow. Okay, let's take a look inside the center.
The Women's and Gender Center serves a couple functions on our campus. First, we have this space where students can spend time. They can come do their homework or just hang out. We have a couple student groups that have meetings in here during the week. So that's sort of one function, is the space. Another main function is offering educational programming around our three major themes. So the three umbrella sort of categories that we work on are empowerment and leadership development, gender identity and sexual orientation, and sexual violence prevention. I think the center is important for students to demonstrate our emphasis on inclusion around issues of gender and sexuality. There have been students asking for this type of space for a number of years, and now that it's here, I think it helps people know that the college cares and that there's really an emphasis on inclusion at the institution. I really appreciate working in this space because I get to interact with students on a very frequent basis, and it's nice to see folks come in and choose to spend time here. I have the opportunity to develop relationships with students that I might not have had otherwise. We are still new here at Champlain. This is the first year that the Women's and Gender Center has been on campus, so my hopes for the future is just that we continue to be even more ingrained in the campus culture, and that all students know about the Women's and Gender Center, and that more and more folks choose to spend time here and to come to our programs. Also, part of the institutional goals is to have a greater number of female students attending the college, and so my hope is that having a Women's and Gender Center might also help attract prospective students to campus as well.
Wow, what a wonderful space. It honestly looks like it's doing a lot of great things on campus. So could you kind of elaborate on what the Women's and Gender Center's mission is?
Sure. So we have kind of a twofold mission. The first part is to create a hangout space for everyone where they feel comfortable and just like relax and meet some new people. And the second is to have educational programming where we can just run events and just basically educate everyone about the topics.
Okay. So why do you think Champlain needed this space?
We have pretty low attendance rates for females or female identifying students. So one of the ways we hope that the space helps out is by showing females that, hey, we have this really awesome space where you could just come hang out, like gain some leadership skills. I mean, everyone's invited, everyone's welcome in the space, but it's mostly for those kind of folks, and hopefully we boost that attendance rate.
Yeah. Could you explain what ways does the Women and Gender Center kind of educate students and provide like a more comfortable space for them?
Sure. So we have three different areas of focus. One is empowerment and leadership, which is my area. The other is gender and like sexual orientation. And the third one is like sexual violence awareness and prevention. So we just run programming around all of those. And then also we're a meeting space for different clubs. So like Shades of Me, which is our student of color group, they'll meet, and then also like a few others.
Okay. So we've talked a lot about what it means to other people mostly, but what does it really mean to you?
For me, it's a way that students can have their voice heard because they have been asking for it for a while, and it's nice to see the school listen to them. And it's also just really nice to see students come in and maybe they have been in spaces where they haven't been like felt welcome. So it's nice to have them walk in and finally feel like there's a place where they belong.
Yeah. What kind of events did you say this center puts on?
So we have a different variety of them. One of them we always do is like movies. We also do a bunch of workshops. And then also every Wednesday we have Bagel Wednesday. So there's always some kind of food.
That sounds awesome. Are there any recent or upcoming events?
We have a lot going on. So on April 3rd, we have the Women's Empowerment Symposium, and that's really cool because we're highly involved in that. Another is we work with Linda Tarr-Whalen, who is a former U.S. ambassador for the UN on the Commission Status of Women, and she'll be doing a whole entire workshop on leadership. And then finally, April is Sexual Violence Awareness Month, so you have a calendar full of events around that.
Wow. Great. Thank you for coming in. Thanks to Alayna Masker for joining us today. Join us next time when we talk to Jeremy Partika about his experience abroad in Dublin.